There's of IVRTrain, Innovation in Training and Workforce Engagement. My partner, Ravi Venkatraman, and I started a little over a year ago after having some discussion with people in the manufacturing industry about some of their problems. And really what we heard in a lot of these talks were they have people problems. There's always the engineering problems, the supply problems, the logistics problems. But what we heard unanimously from all phases of manufacturing in almost in every industry, where we have people problems. We have people problems such as recruiting employees, retaining employees, appealing to the tech-savvy generation. Not many 16-year-olds want to work in an automotive manufacturing plant. They want to be the VP of programming at Microsoft. Cross-training for flexibility. That's a real problem in the workforce. And then how do we train these displaced workers as technology replaces jobs? How do we train them to work in a higher tech training environment and train them on the modern technologies themselves? And as we started looking at the problem, we found training hasn't really changed in 50 years. We still do lecture, classroom style. We have cool things like PowerPoint and maybe some videos, but it's still not experiential. If you want to learn how to play golf, you got to hit a few golf balls. So traditional hiring and training practices have an inability to screen workers to job-specific activities. They have an inability to provide a job-specific training without disrupting operations. It's just not really geared to optimizing productivity and quality. We're telling them A, B, C, and D, but we're not telling them how to think or teaching them how to think or seeing how they think. And current methods are just not experiential. Memorization. So this weekend, University of Alabama will take the field in college football versus Texas A&M, SEC football. So what if we train those college football players the same way we currently train in manufacturing? We're going to have you spend all week in the classroom. We're going to have lots of X's and O's. We're going to have lots of manuals. We're going to do some PowerPoints, and we're going to tell you over and over and over where you need to throw the ball, who to hand it to, who to block, who to tackle, what defense you're seeing, what offense they're running. Oh, but we're not going to practice any of this. We're going to do it strictly in the classroom, and we're not going to practice any of the physical skill sets or decision-making live on the field. We're just going to wait till Saturday, and we're going to send you out there to play. Good luck with that. One of the things we've seen is that developments in current virtual reality and augmented reality technologies have dramatically reduced the cost and expanded the capabilities of simulation systems. Aircraft simulators have been around for years, but the high-level ones are extremely expensive, millions of dollars. They're few and far between, really hard to build, and obviously not a system that's viable in manufacturing. So what is immersive virtual reality? It's the presentation of an artificial environment that replaces the user's real-world surroundings convincingly enough that they actually suspend disbelief and engage with that created environment. It's basically a game. Why VR? Simulates real-time experience, can be fully immersive, and it captivates and motivates the users to improve their performance. We already see users competing against others. They really are making it a game. It teaches participants to think and make better decisions through the immersive experience. It can provide critical feedback for whatever metrics that the company or the supervisor needs feedback on, be it safety, movement, timing, whatever that may be. And the retention rates are just astoundingly greater than current training. So the Mays Center did a recent study that showed percentage of retained learning by different methods. So the good old lecture method, get about 5% retainage of the information. It's basically memorization, and then at the end of the day, it's gone. Reading, you double that, you get about 10% retention. And then with videos, PowerPoint, other audio video presentation type materials, you get about 20% retention rates. But with immersive virtual reality, simulation, 78% retention. That's astounding. So imagine simulations that screen new employees before they disrupt the line, optimize work standards, sequence, layout, and ergonomics, cross-train workers at any time, appeal to the tech-savvy generation, teach manufacturing concepts, and allow the user to learn the cause and effect of the application of concepts, and excite and energize the participants. We don't see too many people get too excited about sitting at a training table all day. And we can dramatically improve retention rates. So our solutions, custom simulators for active work environments, work cells, various dock operations, whatever it may be that we need to simulate and get people used to, get them immersed, get them some experience. Concept training, lean demos, all the lean and continuous training that we teach them the concepts and they're actually applying them as they use the solution. So they see cause and effect and outcomes of their decisions. And then of course, specific skill training. In our case, specifically right now, a fork truck training. Here's a few seconds of our current forklift training. Give you a little bit of idea on what the participant is saying, and we'll give you a view, a bird's eye view, and you can see the actual user and what they're doing in real-time forklift simulation. So what other opportunities are there for VR? Safety training, factory layout changes that we can simulate ahead of time, quality training, technician training, and additional concepts that may need to be learned. So with our idea of immersive virtual reality, we are IVRTrain. We'll be happy to take your questions.